Time to talk about action photography in the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500. I was recently given the opportunity to shoot the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500. In addition, I shot 2 days of qualifications. Now this was very special to me because I've never been to the race, and the 100th running is a very special event. There were over 350,000 people in attendance, so it was jam-packed. So when I set out, I went out with my Nikon equipment and my Sony equipment, and my lens of choice for my Nikon was the 18-200 zoom lens. This gave me a lot of versatility, and I really put this thing to use. Now it helped out that we had a lot of sun that day, so I was able to crank up my shutter speed and keep my ISO relatively low, and I was able to grab some awesome action shots. Now, a couple things I want to note. One, I want to thank the car owners and the sponsors for inviting me out to shoot. Now, having access to the pits and to certain parts of the track and in the garages, it was great. And if you're an avid photographer and you're watching this video, you would salivate at that opportunity. And I know I was before I went, and I was during, and I was after. So it was just a great experience for me. One thing I did note is that I saw some other professional photographers running around. I saw all different types of equipment. Now, for many years, I've been big on Nikon, and recently, if you subscribe to my channel and you've seen some of my other videos, I'm big into Sony as well. But I saw a lot of other people shooting Canons, and as we were taking photos of the drivers, and I'm up close and you have a lot of sun, I saw photographers with these fixed, probably 300-400 millimeter lenses, and you know, they're literally 20, maybe 30 feet away from the drivers, and I couldn't quite understand why they need a lens of that type. But nonetheless, it looked heavy, and so if you look at the Sony a6000, it's just light, and you know, for my Nikon, for those that follow me as well, you'll know I shoot predominantly the Nikon D7000, and it's not nearly as light or as nimble as the A6000, but it's just my go-to type camera that I've been using for years, and I really enjoy it. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these photos, and keep in mind that again, shutter speed's way up, ISO's down, f-stops, for the most part it's wide open, and I did not stage any of these photos. These photos were 100% candid, and I really love candid photography because I feel that it captures that moment. So let's jump in and take a look at some of these photos. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed the project itself, and my big takeaway from this is that just have fun, and those candid shots will capture the moment, and that it's not so much the equipment that makes for a great image, it's really the photographer. And in my opinion, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So that's what the photographer brings to the equation. I always felt that if I took the best equipment in the world and I gave it to an inexperienced photographer, what would you come away with? Chances are you're going to come away with some subpar photos. It's really about the composition, in my opinion. And likewise, I could take, I won't say the worst equipment in the world, but I could take the most average equipment in the world and give it to some of the best photographers out there and come away with some amazing photos. So, in your photography hunt, don't let the cost of equipment or the quality of your equipment bring you down. Just keep in mind that it's really the composition and it's the artistic interpretation that you want to get from the photos. So, with that in mind, get out there and shoot some more and really have some fun. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And keep in mind, this channel is called The Real World because you never know what you're going to get. More often than not, I do talk about photography and videos and that type of thing, and I do have some videos lined up that I'm going to put out. I'll talk about long exposures and light painting and just doing a lot of other things that are fun and cool. So until the next video, take care of yourself and be safe.